All right, so apparently I'm not the only one who got hot. My phone overheated. So we're going to try this again. I'm actually technically in Mexico because there's shade in Mexico and there wasn't any on the US side. And the water level is so low and there's nobody here that I decided I just going to walk across the Rio Grande just to catch a little bit of shade, do a quick video, and then run back to the US. I'm a little bit nervous because I'm like, we're gonna I don't know, nothing's gonna happen, but you know. Oh, and my voice echoes. I didn't expect that. I'm in this canyon and my voice is just totally echoing, so it makes me even more nervous. But yeah, what I was getting at when the herd of cattle walked by and my phone overheated when I was still in the U.S. um, is the capacity that comes with that building that resilience. It's not just the capacity to process our own experience better, like to respond more appropriately to situations in the moment, to have more discernment, to distinguish between triggers and harm, to even respond to harm more graciously, and to just be more empowered for oneself. That kind of capacity builds a second, there's a second kind of capacity that comes out of that resilience, which is the capacity to be present with the suffering of other people. So it actually expands empathy and makes it more possible to be with someone in their suffering and to hold space for them without trying to fix them or change their experience, but to just to hold space in a truly empathetic way, to lend presence to their pain, whatever it is, whether it's caused by a trigger or harm. It just expands the capacity for empathy. And then the third kind of capacity that comes out of building resilience by moving fear and pain, grief through the body is the capacity for beauty. And so I only record these videos when I'm in a beautiful place, when I'm in a good place, externally and internally, mostly. But I spend a fair amount of time driving between places, crying, or debating between my abusive parts and going through cycles of near panic and fear. And really making a process to move those through my body. And I noticed that after each stretch on the road where I moved through some fear and some pain, when I come back out at a place like this that's absolutely gorgeous, I can take in the beauty a little bit more. And at Carlsbad Caverns, I was just stunned by how not present a lot of the people were who were there. The first thing I noticed was the scent. So as we're going down into the cavern, I ended up taking the elevator just because I'd had a really long day. I didn't want to do the hike in. And so as the elevator is descending, down to 750 feet below the surface, the further we got down, the more I could just smell all of these different scents of the cavern, all these different minerals and the moisture, and it was it was really enlivening. And there's something really super, I don't even know how to describe it, but the scent made my heart beat faster, and it just brought this wave of joy and excitement to me. And when I was in the cavern, it was even stronger. I was just smelling this these amazing cave smells. I don't think anybody around me was noticing that. And I had to keep dodging people to even get that experience because everyone smelled There's like hairspray and shampoo and deodorant and perfume and a laundry detergent. It was just like all of these crazy artificial smells that don't have that beauty to them. Were just making it really hard to even pick up on this amazing pleasure inducing smell of that cavern. Same with the sound. There were drips, like these subtle drips. And I noticed that in Death Valley too, at the Devil's Gulf course, where there's these salt crystals on the mud, and they expand and they make these like pling, like these like tiny little pling kind of sounds, and some of them are deeper, like pop. And it's like music. It's like the symphony of all these subtle little sounds. And the moments I caught in between groups of people going through the caverns, when like all the constant chattering of like, where are we going to go eat? Is there a McDonald's nearby? you know, like when all that chattering stopped, and I had a moment of silence and I could listen to these subtle sounds in the cavern, it was just so pleasurable. There was just so much pleasure in that. And it just really struck me how that pleasure seemed to be lost on everyone around me. Nobody was really listening. Nobody was really smelling, and even seeing. Everybody was looking through their screens at the cavern, and just kind of like going like into a room, going like, oh, click, click, oh, that's cool, click, 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 into the next room. And I'm like, yeah, but did you see that like really cool small formation like right here? Did you like zoom in on that? No. Yeah, so that's what was really present and really alive for me in the cavern was, this benefit of doing this work. It's work. It's like it's surrendering to the process of the body, to move into a trigger and through it, into the pain that's there and through it, into the fear that's there and through it, and the amazing capacity to experience more pleasure and more beauty that comes out of that. All right, I'd better head back to the US to go see the sunset and enjoy the beauty there. Plus, there's like people there now, so I'm like, oh gosh, I should go back to the US. Okay, I'm gonna leave Mexico. Bye from Mexico.